Today's Now on 3, we are joined by Mary Rappaport with the Virginia Egg Council and a very special guest, Robin Incheck of Harrisonburg. Today we're going to be doing a very special recipe that's actually yours, Robin. So Mary, if you want to tell us a little bit about her recipe before we get into it.
So I don't know if you folks remember, but early last spring, we were on air and we did a show on our recipe contest that the Virginia Egg Council was hosting this year called 5-Star Dessert Bars, and we had preliminary contests all over the state of Virginia, and the folks that won in the different fairs were eligible to compete at the finals. Robin, who is from Harrisonburg and was one of the winners at the Rockingham County Fair, came to the State Fair of Virginia with her wonderful Sublime bars. Sublime, and that should tell you a little bit about what's in it, which it's a really lovely lime custard. Robin, what do you think about your recipe? Tell us a little bit about what you did to make it so creative.
That was exactly what I was going for when I was recipe testing, was how creative can we make this? And the inspiration was a lemon bar that my sister-in-law made, and I was using a shortbread crust from an old recipe that my mom made. And I was trying to think, how can we make this as tropical as possible? We'd just gotten off the, off of a vacation from the beach. There was a lot of post-vacation blues. So I wanted to recreate the feeling that I had of relaxation and just all things tropical. So you're right, there is toasted coconut in the shortbread crust. It gives it a little bit of a zing along with coconut extract. And then the filling itself is mostly lime, hence the Sublime, with a little bit of orange. And that orange brings out a little bit of the lime flavor, but also rounds it out so it's not super tart. And then instead of doing a powdered sugar on top, I opted for a very thin layer of cream cheese frosting to give it almost like a key lime flavor, that creaminess on top. And when you have that thin layer, you have a very nice blank canvas to work with. So that was the inspiration for that. If I had a blank canvas, I could make it as creative as I wanted, and then I painted.
Show us how you actually painted them.
Yes.
This right here, this is so cool.
Sure. So we have a little bit of high proof clear alcohol, something that's not very flavorful. It's going to be very muted. And if you have that alcohol, it's going to evaporate faster than a water, so that's imperative. We have gel food colorings here, and that's also important because, again, if it's water-based, it's not going to dry and it's kind of going to leave a very wet, sticky
So
mess.
you buy the gel food coloring at like a bakery shop or Michael's or one of the places where they sell bakery things,
yes,
right?
any kind of craft store that does the bakery things. And I actually ordered these online. You can do that too. So we have a blue, a green, a yellow, and a pink. And then I also have a white that just helps bring out a little bit more of the color. So,
Okay, so go ahead and show. So you mixed it. So you dip it in the gel food coloring, right?
And then for this particular pattern, I start with a little star, just like this, just to kind of give the outline of where the flowers are going to be. And then I bring it around. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Oh. Taylor, you want to try?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, just dip it in one of the colors.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd love
See what you think. So, suppose you're not an artist, Robin.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's okay if it messes up, you can kind of just. When I did, because I'm not an artist. I feel like I'm artistic, but I'm not an artist. But sometimes if they didn't do exactly right, I just sort of swirled them around, and it just gave me a beautiful color rather than an actual design.
Absolutely. You can get just the impression of the tropical flowers. I think the leaves are a lot easier, but this is just a really good way to start.
Look at you go!
There, I've kind of put a little
Nice,
stem
really
on there,
nice.
so.
And if you want, you can take a little bit of extra white, make it just a different shade of color, even a little
And then I
yellow,
noticed
make it
that on some of these, you've just put some grated lime zest on those.
Yep, it can be as simple or as elegant as you want it to be. That's
And
the
then
beauty of these.
on these right here, I don't know if the camera can get close up. You've used some gold, and that's beautiful. But like I said, the layer of that cream cheese layer on top gives you a canvas that you can design. And look what you even have here.
Yeah, we have our very own
Working
WHSV
hard
bars.
for you. But we can get the recipe at WHSV.com or at virginiaeggcouncil.org. And Robin, congratulations!
Thank you.
Your most
Thanks for having
creative
me.
recipe.
All right, thank you so much, Mary, and thank you for coming in today, Robin.
Thanks
I really
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
Thank you.